Here's a map we created for our coverage of John Edwards' criminal trial. It shows the connections between Edwards and Bunny Mellon, the elderly heiress who sent more than $700,000 his way. We're looking at it with a large screen view. We started here by just looking at searching for Bunny Mellon on the Muckety website. Her real name's Rachel. So we received this page, and you'll see from the map most of the boxes have a plus sign in the upper right corner. That indicates that if you double click on them, there are more relationships to be seen. Bunny doesn't have a plus sign because the map is already showing all the direct relationships that we have for her. So I double click on John Edwards, and immediately you see that we have a complex map with characters that we might not want to include in the map. So I'm going to click on each of the ones I want to delete. I can also group the ones I want to delete by clicking in the background, dragging, and then just moving them together. Sometimes if you're uncertain whether you want to remove something, do a rollover and you can see what the relationship is. Dotted lines indicate former relationships. Solid lines are current. So then I click on the background, drag my mouse, and highlight the boxes I want to delete. Go to Map Tools and choose Delete. And while I have Map Tools open, I'm going to redraw. One of the things that makes this group of people interesting is that both Bunny Mellon and her husband Paul came from storied, moneyed families. So I double click on Paul, and again I have some relationships that after I look at a little bit I decide I don't really want to include. I do want to include his father Andrew. So I delete the others, and this time I'm going to do that by right clicking and choosing remove. If you have a mouse where you can right click, that's a quick way to get to some of the utilities. I double click on Andrew Mellon, who turns out to be a pretty connected guy. I'm probably just going to keep the fact that he worked for 3 presidents and was Secretary of the Treasury. I'm going to delete other relationships that aren't really relevant to what we're trying to show here, including his friendship with Henry Frick. Again, I click on the background, right click and choose remove. I'm also going to expand the father of Bunny Mellon, who had some important business connections. Now when you have a map with multiple generations, it's often helpful to put the older people at the top. If the box is gray, it indicates that the person is deceased. So I'm going to put Andrew Mellon at the top, and I'm also going to put Rachel Mellon's father up near the top. And then I can place both Rachel and her husband underneath. Now at this point it's probably a good time to just move a lot of the Edwards info to the right. Get these folks where I want them to be. I'm going to keep Jackie Onassis in because I think people will find it interesting. Move John Edwards, Riel Hunter, Elizabeth Edwards. You can certainly play with these a little bit to get them where you want them to be. But that's our map. So I go to Map Tools and I say Save Map. I might put a title on it. And then I get the URL. It's important to click and save that URL because that's going to show you your saved map. I put that into the browser, and there we go.